Here is a Fitbit Charge 5. I'm going to show you how to use it to get you up and running. First, let's go over the tracker itself, and then we'll go over the app. So if your screen wake feature is on, you should be able to turn your wrist and it'll turn on, okay? Also, you can do is double tap it to turn on the screen, like that. Also note that there are no buttons on here. The only thing we can do is swipe up, down, left, or right, okay? So from the clock face here, we can go ahead and swipe down. You can see payments. We have DND mode, which is do not disturb. We have sleep mode. You have your screen wake auto. Basically, you want to keep that on if you want to be able to twist your wrist for the screen to turn on. We have water lock, and you have settings here, okay? So if I tap on settings, also take note, if I want to go back to the previous one, what you can do is just go ahead and swipe to the left, and it's going to go back. See, I can click on here, and if I swipe from left to right, it's going to go back. Also, if I wanted to go directly from the clock face from anywhere, you can just double tap the screen like that. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and swipe down. We're going to go all the way down to settings here, so we can tap on settings, and you can see you have display settings here. You have quiet mode. You have your heart rate that I like to keep mine on. Same as heart zone notification, I like to keep that on as well. You have vibrations. You have like 3 things you can do: strong, or actually 2, normal or strong vibrations. And then go down here and you have GPS here. You have 3 things with GPS. You can do dynamic, you can do built-in GPS, but that impacts the battery life on here. And you also have phone GPS. You can use the GPS of the phone. For me, I would recommend just always leave it on dynamic. And then if we go down here, you can reset to default. You can do a factory reset from here as well. And then remember to go back to the home screen. We can just go ahead, to the clock face. We can just double tap like that, okay? So now we can also, you can slide down. You slide down, you can see the date. You can also see some other parameters in there as well. Oh, also, if you're on the, depending on what clock face you have, you see down here how many steps I walked today so far. You can see your current heart rate. You can tap it, okay? Each clock face shows you something a little bit different, and we'll go over the clock faces later when we go to the app. Okay, anyway, we can slide down here. You can see your heart rate, how many hours I slept today, 3 hours, sleep score. This can measure your oxygen level. And we have exercises here too, okay? So now let me go back to the clock face. Now we can also swipe to the left or right. It doesn't matter. You're just going to switch orders. So for instance, if I just go right to left here, you have notifications here. You have exercise, okay? Now take note, if I scroll down, you can only put 6 in here at max one time. So if you want to add something else in here, you have to take one of these away to add something else in here. And I'll show you that once we get to the phone, the app on the phone, okay? So let me swipe to the left. So you also can go ahead, you have alarms here. You have your timer countdown, stopwatch, you have an EDA scan here, and back to the clock face. Now another thing I want to note is in regards to the exercises, okay? So for instance, if you go to exercise here, and let's say you want to do run, bike, maybe walk, something that deals with calculating like the distance, how many miles you went, your average miles per hour, and so on. So for instance, like bike. So when I do a bike, I'll go down the bike here, my cycling, I'll tap on that right there. And before I start, I actually go down here and I just want to make sure my GPS is toggled on here, okay? And then once I'm ready for the bike ride, I'll go ahead and tap on start right there. And this will check my miles per hour and everything on here. And I can pause. If I want to stop, I just tap on pause right here when my ride is finished. And then from here, I can see my stats down here, and I can go ahead and finish right there, okay? And let's go back to the clock face here. Now if we go to the Fitbit app here, if we tap on that, every time you want to sync it, the easiest way to sync it is just open up your Fitbit app and just make sure you click on today and just go ahead and slide down a little bit and then let go. And you can see that it's syncing right there, and you can see how much battery juice you have remaining on your Fitbit watch. Okay, so make sure, wait till that says sync is complete. And also in regards to the battery percentage, you can also swipe up from there and you can see your battery percentage remaining on your tracker as well. So that's one way that you can sync it. Another way to sync it is to be top left hand side. If you tap your avatar up there and then you go ahead and tap on your Charge 5 right here, you can go ahead and scroll down and you can go ahead and sync right here as well. Okay, well, it's already syncing. So again, you can sync from here as well. You can go ahead and tap on that and it'll sync like that as well. Okay, so now really quickly, let me show you how you can change the clock face. Okay, so go here, top left hand side, your avatar photo again. Go ahead and tap on that and then tap on your Charge 5 right there. And you have clock faces right here. We can go ahead and tap on clock faces. And you can see all the clocks that you can go ahead and use right now, okay? So for instance, I'm using the default one right here, but if I want to use this one down here, I can go ahead and tap on that. And then you can go ahead and read the description with the stats, what it's going to show and stuff like that on here. So for instance, if I wanted this one right here, all I got to do is tap on install right there and give that one moment here. And you can see we get a little status bar right here. So be patient here. Give this like maybe 10-15 seconds. Okay, looks like it's done right there. And then let's see here. Now you can see I got that new clock face. Okay. Now also let me go ahead and go back here and let me just go back to today. And when you're on today, I mean, of course you can see your activity for today so far. You can see how many steps I went so far, how many miles I walked, how many calories I burned today. You can click on back. You can see what your yesterday stats were, sleep and all that. You can go to the day prior as well and go all the way down. If I go back to today too, oops, let me go back to today. You can also go ahead, like for instance, you know, I have my sleep here. You can tap on that and you can see what days, how many hours you slept. Also take note that if you sleep less than 50 minutes, like a nap, I don't think it tracks it, okay? I think it has to be over 50 minutes. Another very important thing is too, if you're very concerned about tracking your sleep and you have issues with this Fitbit Charge 5 or it's not tracking it or maybe it's inaccurate, it's only tracking some of your sleep, then what you may want to do at most 2 hours before you go to bed, every time before you go to bed, at most at least no more than 2 hours before you go to bed, just go ahead and just make sure you sync it. Okay, go ahead and sync and wait till it says complete and then go ahead and go to sleep. And you should have no issues with it tracking your sleep, okay? And you can see the other stats here. You have your sleep and all that. You can go ahead and tap on your sleep. You know, you can see exactly your REM, you know, what time you went to sleep, what time you woke up. And you have a bunch of other stats below here as well. You can see I just started that bike and I turned it off right there. It's already showing right there. And you can see the other stats down here. Also, if we go back to the avatar, top left hand side, if we tap on that and we just scroll down here, you have a bunch of other settings down here. You have activity and wellness, account settings, app settings, notifications down here as well. You can turn some of these on or off. Also, you have more settings. If we go here, if we tap on Charge 5 up here, if we tap on that, you can go down here. You can see you have your notifications here as well. You can turn on calls, messages, calendar events. That's up to you. It's a preference. You got your reminders to move. I like to turn mine off. I think it's kind of annoying every hour getting a reminder to move. So I turn mine off. You have your high and low heart rate here. Also down here you have your exercise shortcuts. So remember what I said, you can only have 6 on your tracker at one time. So for example, let's go ahead and tap on exercise shortcuts. And this is currently what I have on my tracker, okay? So let's say I wanted to add walk in here, okay? But there's already 6 in here. So what I have to do to add walk in here, I have to delete one of these. So let's go ahead and delete this interval workout. So let me go back here. Let me delete this one here. So after I delete it, now I can go ahead and I can add exercise shortcuts. So I can go ahead and add walk here. So let me click on that. And you can see all the other exercises here. So here's walk right here. Let me tap on walk right there. Now let me just go sync it. Let's sync it and then let's see if walk is going to show up on my tracker now. Wait till it says complete with sync. Okay, so it's complete. So now I should have walk on here. So let me slide over. Let me go to exercise, and let's see, walk should be on the very bottom now. And there it is. Let me show you how to restart the tracker as well. Okay, there's basically two ways that you can restart it. One way is from the tracker itself. So if you just go to settings, I think I skipped this part, but from settings, if you just go all the way down, you can restart device here. You can tap on that. And then from here, you just go ahead and tap on restart. Now the thing is, if you have an issue where maybe the tracker is frozen or unresponsive, you have some kind of issue, and you can't restart that way, another way that you can restart it is if you look at the charging cable here. Now if you look where the USB part is, there's a little button right here. So basically, if you have this like plugged in and you have your tracker on here and you want to restart it, that little button here, what you want to do is press 3 times, wait 1 second. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, and just be patient while this is on the charger, and it's going to go ahead and restart. Well, there you go. I think that's enough information to get you up and running, get you started. If you have any questions or issues, just comment below and I'll see if I can help you guys out. All right? Good luck, guys.